Good morning, everybody. So before we actually start the teaching or Dharma class first, so we need to cultivate the motivation, which we must be very pure and must be very great motivation. I guess, before you chant the preliminary prayers, everybody already cultivate the bodhicitta. Therefore, beginning of our today Dharma class, first everybody try to cultivate a great compassion for becoming or achieving Buddhahood to benefit all sentient beings without exception. Within the bodhicitta mind, then we all chant the 8 verses mind training. 8 verses for the training, the mind or the mind training. Stanza number 1, with the determination to achieve the highest end for the benefit of all sentient beings, which is sub-process, even the wish fulfilling gem. May I hold them dear at all time. Continuously cultivate bodhicitta. Whenever I interact with someone, may I view myself as the lowest among all, and from the very depth of my heart, respectfully hold others are superior. In all my deeds, may I probe into my mind, and as soon as mental and emotional affliction arise, as they endanger myself and others, may I strongly confront them and avert them. When I see beings of unpleasant character and those opposite by strong negativity and suffering, may I hold them dear, for they are rare to find, as if I have discovered a jewel treasure. When others out of jealousy, treat me wrongly with abuse, slander, and scorn. May I take upon myself the defeat and offer to others the victory. When someone whom I have helped or in whom I have placed great hopes mistreat me extremely hurtful way, may I regard them still as my precious teacher. In brief, may I offer benefit and joy to all my mother, both directly and indirectly. May I quietly take upon myself all hurts and pain of my mothers. Here, please practice the giving and taking. May all that remain undefiled by the sting of the eight mentions conscience, and may I, recognizing all things are illusion, devoid of clinging, be released from bondage. Next, continuously we do, the meditation followed by the 7 point. First, turn in the preliminaries practice. Please reflect on the leisure opportunity of our own life. It is so difficult to have, very easy to lose the opportunity and the leisure life, because the life which is we have, it is impermanent, changing repeatedly, momentarily. Meditate on impermanence. 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 Particularly contemplate on our own death. Death comes, definitely comes anytime. Moment of the death, the possessions, family, friends, name, fame, none of them can have, none of them can go with us. The family around us, they just looking or watching us with a sense of sadness, sense of loving, sense of compassion, but they cannot stop us to living this world. Like friends, your name and fame, position, none of the things can stop us to live this world. Only the karmas, the positive and negative karmas, go with us. Like a shadow, always with us, always follow us. Please contemplate the virtues and non-virtuous action. The virtuous action brings happiness. The non-virtuous action brings unpleasant and sufferings. Based on these two karmas, with the affliction, we go in samsara forever. Therefore, please generate a particular mind which is wished to be free from the lower realms. Therefore, please take refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha in order to free from the lower realms. And visualize all sentient beings. Recognize them as our dear mother, our dear mother. Remember their kindness for millions of times. So this life is the best life to return their kindness. Therefore, wish to benefit all sentient beings, wish to repay their great kindness. Generate very particular mind which is able to see all sentient beings. All sentient beings are your dear friend. Have a sense of compassion. Based on the compassion, have a sense of loving. not only wish them happy, have a cause of happiness, not only wishing them free from suffering and cause of suffering, we must take the responsibility, free all sentient beings from suffering, free all sentient beings from the cause of suffering, bring all sentient beings the ultimate happiness state, provide all the necessary condition for all sentient beings to be happy. In order to do that, first we have to be Buddha. Otherwise, we cannot really benefit to all sentient beings. Second, tend to view all phenomena as dreamlike. Therefore, the Buddhahood, which is we wish to achieve, the sentient beings, which is we generate pure love and compassion, the samsara, which is we wants to free from it, everything around us is like a dream, like an illusion, like a delusion. None of the phenomena exist, established independently. All the phenomena empty of independent existence. Please meditate emptiness of all phenomena. Also, many of you have been studying the Nalendra course. Here you can remember the few important logic to able to realize emptiness of all phenomena. Second, the mind, which is we meditate on emptiness. The mind, which is we focus on all sentient beings, all the minds, the compassion, the love, the wisdom, all the minds also empty of inherent existence. Please meditate emptiness on all the minds. Also, please meditate the emptiness on the both object and subject. Tend to view all phenomena as dreamlike. Examine the nature of the unborn awareness. The remedy too is free in its own place. Place your mind on the basis of all the actual path. Finally, please fully absorb, focus your mind on the emptiness, nothing else. Now you open your eyes, look around. The things which appear to you, like the computer, the mobile, the books, the chair, the table, they're also empty of inherent existence. That means while you are meditating, you just only focus on emptiness. When you arise from the meditation state and things appear to you, you must remember these things look like illusion, the attractive object, unattractive object, ugly object, expensive object, cheap object, everything for us like illusion. That attractive object appear to us, we should not attach on it. Ugliness thing appear to us, we should not generate sense of hatred. Therefore, our mind always focus on emptiness. Right? So this is how we should practice the ultimate bodhicitta, particularly in order to control the ignorance, particularly the self-grasping. Next, we need to practice the conventional bodhicitta. Chant alternatively in the two, giving and taking. Place the two asteroid your breath. Now, everybody again visualize. You visualize like a two, you two. One is who practicing giving and taking. And also you need to visualize, kind of deprecate yourself in front of you, which is coming in the afternoon, evening, tomorrow. First, you give your happiness, your positive actions, your positive energy, all the, the positive things, the good things you give to yourself, which will come, exist in the evening, afternoon, tomorrow, next life, until become a Buddha. That means you are giving yourself, also taking, your own future life sufferings, bringing, taking your problem of your future, your own future life. First, you practice this giving and taking based on your own life, moment life, evening life, tomorrow life, next life, all the future life. Okay, please practice the giving and taking towards your own life. So when you visualize, you are giving all your positive things, good things to yourself, and you can imagine your future life, like tomorrow, next life, after next life, all your future life, receive the happiness, the cause of happiness, reduce the suffering, and reduce the cause of suffering. But also when you visualize, you are bringing your own suffering, sickness, disease. When you breathe in, you can imagine you are taking, you are in the suffering which is depend on you for tomorrow, next life, next year. And imagine your own future life is totally free from suffering, totally free from cause of suffering, totally free from the sickness and disease and cause of disease and sickness. Then second step, you need to visualize your own mother. She's beautiful, she's ugly, whatever she is, just visualize as she is. And you give your happiness, bring, taking her suffering. Giving your positive actions, bring, taking her negative actions. Giving your, happiness and healthiness, bring, taking her unhappiness and unhealthy thing on you. Then slowly your, friends and family, all sentient beings around Singapore, they extend like Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, then slowly Sri Lanka, like China, and slowly extend all parts of Asia, then Europe, America, then, slowly, all the millions of the beings in the millions of the world. Then again, you just awake or arose from the meditation of giving and taking. You look around again. Then when you see the attractive object, you must remember, due to having the perception of beautiness, it causes to arouse attachment. Due to having the conception of ugliness, it causes to arouse anger, hatred. Due to the attachment, I have been suffering for millions of years. Due to the anger, I have been suffering for millions of years. So while you are, going around talking with someone, make sure you always control your anger, attachment. Then same way, your mothers, your friends, all sentient beings have been suffering for millions of years because of the attachment, because of the anger, because of the ignorance. Therefore, beautiful object appears, remember, attachment causes suffering. Ugly object appear to you, remember, the anger, the hatred cause suffering. Then we need to turn our mind into the non-attachment, non-anger, non-ignorance. That means the three virtues, three root virtues. In all action, turn by means of the word, right? So when you practice giving and taking, if you are alone, then you recite in the verses about, giving and taking, particularly from the Bodhisattva way. So you must say, or if you don't know how to chant, you must say, I'm giving my all happiness to my mothers. I'm giving all my happiness, my all virtuous action to others. I'm taking all the suffering, unhappiness from my mother. Right? I'm taking all the sufferings, pain and suffering, unpleasant from my mothers, all my mother's sentient beings. You need to repeat these verses. If you are, around with someone, please, you should not chant. Mentally, you can do this practice. You don't have to show, I am practicing this and that. Third, taking the adverse condition onto the path of enlightenment. We chant together, when the world and its inhabitants boil with the negativity, transform adverse condition into the path of enlightenment. Banish all blame to the single source. For all being contemplate their great kindness with the three views and the treasury of space. The yoga of protection is unexalted. By meditating on illusion as for the Buddha's body, emptiness is the protection unsurpassed. Then here you need to remember how to transform, how to taking the adverse condition onto the path of enlightenment. There's three, means. You can transform all the adverse condition onto the path through applying conventional bodhicitta. Second, you can take all the adverse condition onto the path of enlightenment through applying the ultimate bodhicitta. Also, we can take all the adverse condition onto the path through applying the fourfold or, four powers. So, the first, this here, when the world and its habitant bold with the negativity, transform adverse condition onto the path of enlightenment. Banish all blame to the single sources. That means again, when if you feel, little bit unhappiness, right away, you need to remember the unhappiness I have, it is caused by self-grasping. When you see someone has sufferings and problems and difficulties, immediately you remember these sufferings also caused by their own self-grasping. When you feel sometimes you are very happy, very comfortable, very pleasant, the happiness I have is arise from other centered attitudes or other, cherishing attitude. Therefore, towards all being contemplate their great kindness. Right? Until here, teach us how to transform the adverse condition onto the path through applying conventional bodhicitta. Then with the three views and the treasury of space, the yoga of protection is unexcelled. by meditating on illusion as the four Buddha's body. Emptiness is protection, unsurprise. Then again, something happened to you, you must remember, it's happened to me. It's not happened to me due to without any causes and condition. Everything happened to me is based on causes and condition. Everything happened to me due to dependent origination. Slowly, then you again enter into emptiness, reflect, things are like illusion. Right? Then it's a bit difficult, the four Buddha's body. So this one we can leave this time. Next time maybe we can discuss a little bit more. Now the fourfold practice is the most excellent methods. Relate whatever you can to meditate right now. Remember, do you remember the fourfold? The four practices? Again, purifying negative karma, accumulating merit, offering like a dharma to the spirit, the harming beings. Also offering dharma to dharma protectors. Again, when you feel I'm not happy, I'm not healthy, my life is not successful, I'm having a lot of difficulties, a lot of problems, ask a question, why I have all this problem? All this come from where? Again, the negative actions. All the negative actions caused by all the afflictions, ignorance. Therefore, I don't want sufferings. I don't want problems. I don't want difficulties. Therefore, I want to eliminate. I need to purify my negative karma. Then certainly in practice, you engage into the practice for purifying your negative karmas. Normally what we do, when we have problems, we blame ourselves, or we blame others, or we blame the weather condition, or we blame the environment. We never blame this happened by negative karma. Therefore, many people has some misunderstanding. That, for example, you did something, you did mistake. Due to the mistake, you have a lot of problems. Then you thought, oh, I'm not intelligent, I'm stupid, I'm not good enough. Then you blame yourself. Then slowly you think I'm nothing. Then slowly you can see, you cannot see, you have a value. So we should not blame ourselves. We must blame the negative karmas, the afflictions, the ignorance. You must think, this happened to me, not due to me, it's due to the karmas, right? The second, so when you feel happiness, ask question, the happiness come from where? Yes, for example, somebody, give you, iPhone 13 Pro Max is a very famous this day. You feel so happy. Yes, of course you feel happy. You got, very expensive phone in your hand. Certainly you really appreciate to the person. Yes, we must appreciate the person. Actually, the person is not the main cause you to receive the Apple 13 Pro Max. The actual cause is your own positive action, particularly the positive action you have accumulated through the generosity. But the person is in between, connect you with your karma. Therefore, we must appreciate the person, not only the person, that you appreciate your own positive actions. Then you accumulate more merit. Don't want suffering, purify negative karma. Want happiness, engage into positive, accumulating merits. Then I told in the last class, no problem, no suffering, then no dharma, no Buddha, no chanting, no recitation. Suddenly so many problems come to you, fall onto you. Then you immediately remember recitation, chanting, puja, divination, so and so. But it's a bit, difficult to control the situation. Therefore, if you have a problem, you must realize, I have a problem. This problem can be caused to have a better practice. Therefore, you can, offer, food and things to the spirit, like ghosts, say, give me some suffering, give me some problem, give me some difficulties. Then it reminds you to practice Dharma. Sometimes you realize, oh, I have this problem because I went to this area, I did this. Therefore, the local god or the local deities, they are not happy with me. Therefore, they harm me. Then we feel very angry to the spirit. Instead of getting angry, we must appreciate. Well, thank you, the ghost. Thank you, the local deity. Thank you, the local gods. You give me suffering. You remind me, practice Dharma. They offer more, you give me more suffering. Right? Then in the same way, the Dharma protectors. Therefore, the fourfold practice is the most excellent method. Relate whatever you can to meditate right now. Therefore, you need to know the problem or suffering come from where. The next one, presentation of the lifetime practice in summary. In brief, the essence of the instruction is this: apply yourself to the 5 powers. As Mahayan's transparency method is the 5 power alone. Their practice is vital. Right? Therefore, the life practice in summary, you need to divide into 2 parts. One, since today until process of my death. Again, you can apply the 5 power all time until your process of death. Then, since you notice now it is on the on the process of my death, then also the 5 power you can apply during your process of death. But these practices are different orders, right? Different orders. First, I will ask you a question: what are the 5 powers? What are the 5 powers? Okay, I follow this, the mind training books. It's a commentary on the 7-point mind training. Maybe, so we have it's a serious problem. Different translator use, different English word when they translate the Tibetan into English. Even though if you read, this the 7-point mind training, there's so many different translation. The translate use the different words. The meaning is exactly same, but people confuse. Oh, this text said that, other text said that. What is this? Actually, the meaning 100% same, but they use different words. The first is the power of propelling intention. Propelling intention. The power, number 2, the power of acquaintance, the power of positive seeds, the power of education, the power of aspirational prayers. First, you remember these 5 power, the order. First, the power of propelling intention. Intention means you need very particular intention. Number 2, the power of acquaintance. Acquaintance. Number 3, the power of positive seeds. Number 4, the power of eradication. Eradication. Number 5, the power of aspirational prayers. Now, what does mean the power of propelling intention? Because we follow the Mahayana teaching, we practice the Mahayana path. Among the Mahayana practices, like a heart, is practicing true bodhicitta. True bodhicitta is the look like heart in the Mahayana practice. Without these true practices, you recite millions of mantra. You have done millions of prostration, millions of mandala offering. It's just simply you accumulate the merit. But all the practices cannot be Mahayana practice. Therefore, the true bodhicitta is look like heart. If your heart is healthy, then the heart can pump the bloods all parts of our body. If the heart becomes weak, then your hands and legs had never be healthy. Therefore, the heart in the Mahayana teaching, the heart is the true practices. Therefore, you must think. You must have a very firm intention. That means since now, since today, until my death, I will practice true bodhicitta. That means your intention is very clear. Since now, until my death, I practice true bodhicitta unionly. Second, also you must have an intention. Since today, until I become a Buddha, I will practice the true bodhicitta uniquely. That means you already have a very clear intention what you need to do until your death, until you have become Buddha. True practices uniquely. Very clear intention. The second is the power of acquaintance. It is not just sufficient, not enough to have an intention. Then you need to practice actually. Therefore, your mind have to familiarize the two practices, conventional bodhicitta and ultimate bodhicitta. That means you always train your mind to practice the true bodhicitta. First, intention. Second, familiarization. Or based on, I told you, there are so many dharma books. So we are living in the busy place. Our life is so busy. Therefore, for example, the foundation of all good qualities, or three principal aspects, like Guru Yoga Puja, and 8 verses, the mind training, 8 verses for the mind training. The 7-point mind trainings are the right kind of, dharma text to practice, to familiarize your mind with the true bodhicitta, right? Bodhicitta. Then power of the positive seeds. So the power of the positive seeds you have to do in between, after meditation or before meditation. In between. So how we should do it here, say, in between session, in the virtuous active, such as engage in the 10 spiritual practices, free of any damaging interfere from your body, well, and so on. That means in between. So you have a very, clear intention. Also, you try to practice the true bodhicitta. Then in between, you practice the 10 virtuous action in order to complete your practices. That means positive seeds for practicing true bodhicitta. That means sometimes, yes, sometimes there's no choice, we have to do. For example, you are so sick. Then you ask, someone, oh, I'm very sick. What should I do? Then the person advises, oh, you offer light, or you do recitation. You need a long life puja. Then, you ask the monks or temple, perform the long life puja. That time, many people focusing only, for the long life. This puja I'm doing, this offering I make, this thing I'm offering for my long life, my healthy life. This is our mistake. You must think, I will offer this light. I will ask the temple or the monks or the lay person to do this puja for my long life, healthy life, for practicing dharma, practicing bodhicitta, for achieving Buddhahood. That means one puja can benefit two. One, definitely through the puja, your life become healthier, your life become, longer, you have a longevity life. Then also you already focus. I want to live long life because I want to practice dharma for achieving Buddhahood. You should not focus only for long life. You should not think only, free from this sickness and disease. If I ask you, everybody, answer very honestly. Do you want to be, do you wish to be like a long life or short life? Which one you choose? Long life and short life. Which one you choose? Of course, it is a long life. Why you want to be, why you have what is the reason you want to have a long life? Many people say, oh, then I can enjoy my life. I can enjoy with my family and friends. I can go more holiday. I can eat more food. That means you're thinking, if I live long life, I can have a more enjoy. Right? That means still your mind very much attached with the samsaric happiness. As a Mahayan follower, if somebody asks why you need long life, you must think the more long life I have, the more I can practice Dharma, the more I can practice bodhicitta, then I can achieve Buddha more faster. Right? Otherwise, actually, there's no point. You say you can long life, you have a short life. There's no really point to live long life. If you are very important for the society, very important for the nation, the country, then you can see the point to be long life. If you are very troublemaker, then what's the point to live long life, right? There's no really such a point. Therefore, you must say, this puja, this chanting, this I will do for my long life, healthy life, for practicing true bodhicitta, for achieving Buddhahood to benefit all sentient beings. That means one stone killed two birds. Right? If you focus only this life or long life, you cannot get much benefit. Therefore, the power of the seeds, the power of the positive seeds, mean you need to accumulate a positive action, in order to complete your true bodhicitta. Therefore, number 3 is the positive power. Number 4 is the eradication. In the actual eradication of the self-grasping, right? This means thought, not just have an intention, not only practicing true bodhicitta, not only accumulating merit, you really need to eradicate the self-grasping. That means self-grasping is the only enemy in our life. Particularly as a Mahayan practitioner, the self-grasping is the enemy, actual enemy. Right? Due to self-grasping, I have been in suffering for millions of years. And this moment and this lifetime, we really cannot control, cannot reduce the self-grasping. Again, we go continuously in samsara, look like forever. Therefore, all the time, you need to think the self-grasping, it has a lot of disadvantage. The other cherishing has a lot of advantages, right? That means eradicate generally all the afflictive emotion, particularly self-grasping, eradication. Then number 5, the power of aspirational prayers. So in the previous, you have 4 powers, right? Power of the propelling intention, the power of acquaintance, power of positive seeds, power of eradication. So in order to complete these 4 practices, then you need to do a lot of aspirational prayers. You visualize, Drepung, you visualize your guru, or you set up, a simple altar. You just have a Buddha, a statue or picture, and make us, offerings, then do a lot of aspirational prayer. Pray for, number one, properly intention, fulfill your intention. Pray for able to practice the true bodhicitta. Pray for able to accumulate the positive power. Pray for able to eradicate the self-grasping, right? Prayers. Related to the prayers, I said many times, most of you are living in Singapore. In Singapore, the place where you stay has a limited space. Therefore, you can be pure Buddhist practitioner. You can be very pure Mahayan practitioner, but you don't need to set up a big altar, a lot of statue, a lot of Buddha painting, holy objects. There's a true reason is very important for you. One, you don't have enough space to put all the things. Also, you set up all the things, but you don't know much about the statue, the painting, the photo, the Dharma book. You don't know much. You ignorantly just put there. You believe if I put more, I can have more power. It's wrong. Therefore, you should not set up a big altar in your house. Even though you have a big space, big rooms, you have enough room to set up. One, you must always remember, before I died, after I have died, what happened this thing? After you pass away, all your holy object, including Buddha, like a statue, stupa, holy Dharma books, all the picture is becoming like trash. Some of my Dharma friends, they call me, oh, I have a Buddha statue, I have a painting, I have a photo. Shall I bring to TBC? I said, TBC don't have a permanent place. We don't have enough space to keep them. Sorry, I cannot accept. Somebody called me just, after they reached to the door. Do you miss, Geshe, do you miss this, Buddha painting, this Zambala painting? I said, it's so difficult to say, I don't want. But no choice, I say, sorry, we don't have a place to keep this. Then they bring the, statue, around the center. I don't think anybody accept. And also I saw so many people throw the Buddha paintings, a statue or thanga in the dustbin. Therefore, after you pass away, after me pass away, things become like a trash. Therefore, we should not bring, we should not set up, a lot of painting statues. But simply, you need Buddha statue if you want. If you don't want, simply you put the Buddha photo with a nice frame. Very easy to clean. After you pass away, some of your relative or friend, they will put in the, the shearing machine and finish. Very easy to clean. And also, that we have another problem. Many Tibetan masters, Rinpoche, particularly all the Rinpoche, when you visit to the Rinpoche give you mala, the string, statue, thanga. Also, you knew you don't want, you cannot say, I don't want, you collect them, then you don't know what to do, right? Therefore, in order to do Dharma practice, you don't need so many religious objects. Very simply, you need Buddha statue if you can. If you cannot, you just keep Buddha photo. Another important, simple one, this day everybody has like a laptop and mobile phone. You can make a file of all the Buddha photos in the computer or in your phone. You open the file, just click the Buddha picture, have a Buddha picture, you do your proper puja. After finish, you just close the file. If you want big, you just buy the simple projector. You project on the wall, you can see the big image. After finish your puja, you close the projector. Then it's very simple, also quite good, right? Therefore, pray for aspirational prayers. So this 5 order is the order how we should practice until we reach to the process of death. Clear? Remember. The next, how we should practice the 5 powers while we are on the process of death. The order become, bit different. Therefore, the Sunday is here. Mahayan's transference method is the 5 power alone. Their practice is the vital, right? It means power. It's transference or transformation or power. Many of you, attend the power teaching. You try to do power practice. I don't think you can get any effect, this power. Because actually we are not the person who are suitable to the power practice based on the Vajrayana. This 5 power, definitely you can feel the impact because you have been practicing the 5 power before until you reach to the death of process of your death. Then second, you need to change the order. Then very easy. So there's, in the Mahayana, the 5 power alone, the practice is vital, right? So if you are interested about the power, just practice the 5 power. Please forget all the, initiation you receive about power. You try to do practice power. Is I think among the 100 people, 90 people cannot be stable, not really stable for the, how to practice the power based on the Vajrayana. Therefore, the order is here. Thus, when he who has turned this mind through his centered life, contact a fatal illness and becomes aware of his imminent death. That means the centered life means before you really know, oh, now I have a serious illness. I don't think I can recover this sickness. Almost 90% you're going to die. Let's say now everybody, just imagine, suddenly the doctor say, oh, you have a serious illness. It cannot be cured. Then what we could do? We crying, feel very upset, very unhappy, right? We don't know what to do. We're confused. Not only confused, really feel very unhappy. As a Mayan practitioner, you must realize, yes, the doctor told me I have a serious illness. It cannot be cured. Mean the doctor, actually, thank you, doctor. You're telling me it is a time to live. It is a time to live. No upset, not sadness, not unhappiness, no disappointment. Realize it is time to live. Whether you want or you don't want, whether I want or I don't want, I have to live. You have to live. Everybody have to live. The time is different. Someone left yesterday, someone left this morning, someone will go this tomorrow. Time is different. Otherwise, everybody have to live. Therefore, you must realize, yes, if you are too old, Also, you must think, oh, I don't think I can live another years. I need to do preparation for my death. Right? Therefore, must realize it is time to live. What should I do? Do the 5 powers practice. Fully prepared to this life, live this life, fully prepared to born in the higher realms. That means look like, look, you feel happy. Oh, now I'm quite old. Physical, I'm not healthy. Now it's time to live. I have another better life. Therefore, just remember the 5 practice. Don't do any nonsense, things, nonsense practice or power. Or, the Amida Buddha will come, bring me in pure land. It's not for everybody. But the 5 power, if you seriously practice the 5 power, through 5 power, you ensure you can born in the higher realms. Okay? The order is in maintaining teaching is the time for death, instruction, and effect the transaction while engaged in such as the practice. Practice such as the Tantra cannot be. Practice such as the Tantra cannot be. Practice at the juncture or junction or juncture. He or she should go through the transition by means of the 5 power. Transition means this life and next life between. So if we do the Mahatantrayana practice, it cannot be affected. Therefore, everybody, please, up to you. If you always try to do the power practice, please forget the power based on that Vajrayana practice. Just follow the 5 powers. First, undertake the practice of the power of positive seeds. Right? For the lifetime is the positive seeds is number 3. Here, first the positive seeds, power of the positive seeds. Second, the power of the inspirational prayers. In previous, the number 5. Then number 3, the power of eradication. Eradication is number 3, same. Then number 4, the power of propelling intention. 5, the power of acquaintance. Acquaintance. Now you can see the number, the order bit different. Make sure number 1, power of positive seeds. Number 2, power of aspirational prayers. Number 3, the power of eradication. Number 4, the power of propelling intention. Number 5, the power of acquaintance. Previous, the acquaintance is now number 2, right? Yeah, number 2. Therefore, if you think the order, it really makes sense. So while you are, you have a lot of many years to go, intention. Then actual practice. In order to fulfill the intention, in order to do the proper practice, then the power of the positive seeds. Then self-centered attitude, self-grasping is the big obstacle while we are practicing great compassion bodhicitta. Therefore, these are number 3. Then number 4, right? Number 4 is a power of eradication. Then number 5, aspirational. The next, we don't have many years to go, maybe few days or few months. or maybe longer is the 1 year. This switch the practice. First, power of positive seeds. To do this, you offer your belongings to the teachers and the 3 jewels and give up the dedicates. It is inappropriate to give this belong to being who meant to be your object of clinging. So the power of the positive seeds. I mean, now you are preparing to live this life. When you live this life, what's the most difficult you will have? Once, attachment. First, the attachment is the very worst afflictions. Let's say, you are father, or let's example, you are a father, you have only few weeks. Then you have to live. When you look at your wife, your mind is so attached. Particularly when you look at your children, so strongly attached. Your friends, your relatives. Also, when you remember your belonging, your mind is fully attached, right? Attached. Therefore, you need to practice the detachment. You prepare. That means from your mind, you need to disconnect the attachment with your relatives, husband, wife, children, brother, sister, friend, boyfriend, girlfriend. Totally detached with this thing. Second, you need to tell your mind detachment with the belongings. So, for the beings who you are fully attached, this one you can practice pure love and compassion. Then the attachment can be reduced. Then the belongings you have, you fully give away. Right? This day, I think people write the will, which is very good. Very good. Before you pass away, let's say you have $5. $1 for my wife or brother, $1 for my community, $1 for hospital, $1 for like a fellow married, like a triple gem. That means from your heart, you give away everything, become non-attachment. Then all the merit you accumulate through offering the belongings to others, then you have a very powerful merit, very fresh, powerful merit. That merit. There's a 2 reasons. One, tend your mind with the detachment. Second, you are trying to accumulating merit before you pass away. Also, you can see, before you pass away, you have so many things, you don't know what to do. After he or she pass away, then there's a lot of family conflicts, family fighting, argument, a lot of problem. For example, yesterday someone come to see me, husband passed away, the husband has thousands of equal antiques. Then there's a lot of family argument. She doesn't know what to do. Also, I'm hopeless. I cannot do anything. Right? Therefore, first, the power of the positive seeds. Make an excellent offering to those worthy of the veneration. It is not appropriate to offer only token of your belongings to the who are embodiment of the kindness. Then without any attachment to your position of this life, generate a fearless attitude with regard to your future life, right? Therefore, fearless. When you live, you are totally free. No worry about your families, no worry about your belongings. or your belonging, you totally give away, no attachment with, then means you are fearless. You don't have a fear to lose. You already give everything away. Then number 2, power of aspirational prayers. I think today we can stop here. Then I ask you to do homework. I hope you have done for the, so next Sunday, I think there's no class. After next Sunday is the last class about the, the 7 point, the mind training. Then we have there's the number 6 and 7. Presentation of the commitments of the mind training. Commitments. Presentation of the precepts of the mind training. In the commitment, there are 18 commitments. Precepts, there are 21. Please, everybody go, the sentence by sentence, then you can see what are the 18, what are the 21. Commitments, 18. Precepts, 21. And you can see do, all the one you can number 1, 2, 3, you can see there's a number. The 21 is a bit difficult to understand. Somehow, it's a homework. Okay, so we have a few minutes. Is there any question? Feel free to ask question. Also, if you have any suggestions, feel free to have a suggestion about this practice.
My Dharma brothers and sisters, if you have any question, you can unmute yourself or you can type in the chat window. So while we're waiting for the questions to come in,
早上好，葛西亚师傅你好。
早上好，早上好。
弟子想请教一下，刚才葛西亚师傅说，逆境转为菩提道有3种修法，就是第一个就是修持四足菩提心，第二就是胜意菩提心，然后第三就是4种修行。然后就是说第一跟第二就是重复，就是说之前的真行修持菩提心吗？就是说修持胜意菩提心还是和那个修持世俗菩提心，对不对？是重复吗？
Sonam?
Yes, Geshe La. For the point number 3, taking adverse conditions onto the path of enlightenment, Geshe La, you have taught that there are 3 methods. So the first one would be to practice the conventional bodhicitta. The second one is to practice ultimate bodhicitta. And the third one is to the 4-fold practices. So the students is asking, practicing conventional bodhicitta and ultimate bodhicitta is already in point number 2. Is it a repeat? Is it a repetitions of the practice?
No. Point number 2 is the how actual practice, the true bodhicitta, actual practice. Then the transforming or adverse condition to path is repeat the true bodhicitta. I mean, how to transform the adverse condition onto the path. There's no repeat. The bodhicittas are the same meaning. The first, actual practice, nothing to do with the transforming here, there, right? The second one, how to transform the adverse condition onto the path through applying the true bodhicitta. Mean, when we have an adverse condition, we feel very unhappy. So we need to reduce. Not only reducing adverse condition, we make useful, transform into the path to enlightenment through the means, means of practicing true bodhicitta. Yeah, these are no repetition. One is the actual practice. Second is become methods, becomes kind of, support how to transform the adverse condition onto the path. For example, in the old people has a walking stick. Actual walking stick is the stick for support the person how to walk. When they're walking, they need support. And also the walking stick can be used for chase the dog. Also the walking stick, they also use for, protect him or herself, right? That means the walking stick can be used for chasing the dog. The actual stick you use for, support for walking. Then you can see it's a two different. 听得懂吗？
谢谢葛师傅，谢谢，感恩，谢谢。
Any question?
Yeah, the next question comes from Christine.
Geshe La, speak more on the second point of the 7 points mind training. Meditate on the mind and the emptiness of the mind.
Oh, no. First, analyze the mind. This is analyze, or this is some examine the unborn mind. First you meditate on the emptiness. That means you are meditating the emptiness as an object. Second, you reflect your thoughts on the mind. Examine the mind, how the mind exists. Second, you need to meditate emptiness of the mind, emptiness of the all phenomena, emptiness of the mind, emptiness of the both object and the subject. Emptiness, not the mind. That's examine the unborn mind. Yeah, that means analyze the mind, then you will realize emptiness of the mind. Analyze the all phenomena, you will realize emptiness of the all phenomena.
Okay, thank you, Geshe.
But clear?
Thank you.
Okay. No more question, right? Yeah, I don't think there's any questions. So everybody, I really, rejoice, appreciate all of you continuously attending the Sunday class. Sunday is very important day for you to rest or resting day, like a meeting day, enjoying day. Still you sacrifice your all the the samsaric happiness to attend the Dharma class. Make sure the Dharma class you attend, the Dharma knowledge you got through this class. Make sure you use the Dharma in every field. Where you have argument, fighting, jealousy, anger, hatred, ego, pride, use the Dharma for every situations. That means you must feel wherever I go with my Dharma knowledge. I always bring my Dharma knowledge with me as my protection. Right? Then suddenly you feel you want to have an argument with someone. Remember Dharma. The Dharma will protect you to stop argument. But make sure, still without having anger, hatred, you can discuss with your neighbors. You can, have a kind of talk with, for example, your neighbors throw the trash in front of your door one time. Then you thought, oh, it's never mine. I will clean it. You clean the trash. you practice patience, you practice compassion. Next day, again he throw the trash on your door. Then apply dharma, control your anger and hatred, calm down, and then explain to your neighbors, oh, you throw the trash yesterday, today, please don't throw the trash in front of me. Then the neighbors say, I know people are quite short-tempered. Then you need to calm down. You must remember dharma, calm your mind, explain well. You explain 1 second, then the problem can be solved. If not, then without having any sense of hatred to the neighbors, you must think it's very unpleasant thing happen around me. How long it will happen for me? 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year? If you always surrender, the people will do every day. Therefore, again, then you need to complain to someone. They stop the problem without having any negative thoughts. Okay? So thank you so much. I hope all of you applying dharma as much as you can. At the end, we do the dedication, dedicate all our merit for practicing the true bodhicitta, for achieving Buddhahood, to benefit all sentient beings. Okay, thank you. Happy Sunday.